It's Friday, everyone. The weekend is here. It's time to veg out in front of the TV. So we're here to make sure you tune into something worth watching. Hey, Kathleen, your first pick is ripped from the headlines. It's a documentary looking at the celebrity college scandal in the States called Operation Varsity Blues. Tell us about this one.
Yeah, so remember when this scandal was dominating headlines and it was all over your Twitter timelines? I will admit that I was someone who got consumed by this and infuriated by this scandal. And not because I was surprised. We know rich people be scamming, but because it is something that shows the truth of that so many of us already knew, that the American college dream is not for everyone. It is rooted in a system that can be rigged, that is founded on systemic racism and inequality, and that's what this documentary shows. So it's called Operation Varsity Blues, and it takes a really unique approach to telling this story. It uses reenactments and actors to act out the transcripts of what really happened. And it focuses on Rick Singer. So you might know the celebrity names in this. You know Lori Loughlin, also known as Aunt Becky, or Felicity Huffman. You know those names. But Rick Singer was really the mastermind behind this, and he's the guy at the center of this documentary, and it shows how he manipulated people and how he pulled off this massive scheme. It is an infuriating watch, but it's also so fascinating, and you really get a look into how he rigged this system that is already rigged towards the privileged.
Hopefully people are enraged enough to change things. So that's my little rant. I'm going to move on to your next pick now. Frances McDormand and Nomadland. Tell us about that one.
Yes, so this is a film you've definitely heard of. It is nominated for a whopping 6 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Director for Chloe Zhao, who became the first Asian American woman and first woman of color nominated for this award. But aside from all the accolades, it is just so beautiful, a really good film that lives up to the hype. So, as you mentioned, Frances McDormand stars in it. She plays Fern, a woman who loses everything. She loses her job, her husband passes, and she goes on the road, traveling across America to look for work. And she becomes a nomad, and she meets a lot of incredible people, and it's a story of self-discovery and grief. She gives this really stirring performance. The direction is incredible. It is just one of those movies that's going to stay with you long after you've watched it. And yeah, believe the hype. This is a movie you should watch in general, but also you're going to want to watch it before the Academy Awards so that you know what everyone's talking about. It's on Disney Star.
Now, for those seeking something a little lighter, you've got Superstore on the menu, and you love this one. Tell me why.
I love Superstore. It just makes me so happy. It is coming off the heels of the resurgence of the half-hour comedy. You know, we saw that with Schitt's Creek, Kim's Convenience, Ted Lasso, and Superstore hits all the same boxes that those shows do. So this is a true workplace comedy. It is about a quirky gang of employees at a megastore called Cloud9. It stars America Ferrera as Amy and Ben Feldman as Jonah. And Amy and Jonah's like, will they or won't they romance is at the center of this story. But it is really about the cast of characters. They just will have you dying laughing. But as much as it's a comedy, it is also tackling some very serious topics in a really smart way. So it talks about unionizing and workers' rights and race in the workplace and all of these things that, you know, they kind of slip in there while they're making you laugh. They also make you think.
Okay, I love your next movie, Thunder Force. It's a superhero movie, but your superheroes are Melissa McCarthy and Octavia Spencer. I'm laughing already. Tell me about this one.
Yes, now this is a film that I am actually recommending before I've seen it because I love the premise that much. So, you know, Octavia Spencer, Academy Award winner Octavia Spencer, we know she can act. Melissa McCarthy, we know she's hilarious, one of the great comedic talents of our generation. But them together, I'm so excited to see. And they play two estranged childhood friends who reunite after one of them figures out how to give ordinary people superpowers, and they come together to fight crime. I also love, aside from all the comedy, I love that this is a superhero comedy starring two women over 40. Comes out today, and I'm going to watch it tonight.
Yes, okay, that is a Saturday night fam jam right there. Now, the real superhero show that those in the know are excited about is Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Tell us about this one.
So, Tracy, you know that I had to recommend something starring two handsome men. That is my brand. You're welcome. So, the two handsome men in question are Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie. They play Bucky Barnes and Sam Wilson, aka Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But it's got all the things you love if you're a Marvel fan. It's got the big action, but it's also really about these two characters after the events of Avengers Endgame, which were very traumatic. So they're dealing with their trauma. They're also dealing with their friendship. They've got this rivalry, but they've also have to come together for this adventure. So it's kind of like a buddy comedy, as well as this rumination on therapy and friendship. It's got all the things. And again, the handsome men.
Yeah, man, all the things. Okay, love that you have something for everyone. Thanks, KN.